Hi, Jen Gilchrist here. I'm excited to be here for another Soulful Snippet episode here on my Facebook business page. You can always like and subscribe so you can get notified when I go live. I go every Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific time, and I share a little bit of wisdom, right? Whether it's a channeled message or an entrepreneur tip. I work with spiritual, heart-driven entrepreneurs to really get aligned with their unique message, awaken their spiritual gifts, and really make the income and impact they desire with their purpose work. And so today's topic is all about resistance. And we're going to talk about it in relation especially to money, but you can definitely relate this to any area of your life really when it comes to resistance. But you can notice that when you begin to ask for more, right, especially when you are your own service provider, or really, I guess if you're interviewing for a job and you're having to put a bid out there, there's many ways this can look, but as self-employed people, we are in charge of our rates. And so when you go to ask for more money, raising your rates, you could type yes in the comments if you can relate to having some resistance to asking for more, right? Another way that could look is just not attracting the number of clients that you would like yet, right? There's many blocks that can happen when we begin to ask for more. And it's really important that we do the inner work around these things, as well as some take tangible action as well. So today I'm going to share 3 tips that you can do to start to turn your money story around, release the resistance, get empowered, and begin to attract more of what you're asking for, okay, whether that's in the way of money or clients or whatever you like. So many of us, I believe, were taught to ask for just enough, right? You can also, this is just one block that it could be. I know I was raised in a space where it was like paycheck to paycheck, and my family, my parents would argue over money. There never seemed to be enough. You had to work really, really hard, a couple of jobs that often my dad would work. And so I had an interesting relationship with money, right? As many of us do. I think that we learn a lot. We get imprinted a lot by what our experience was growing up. And it's really important to begin to notice those things, because we're literally creating through a blueprint that basically got imprinted before we were born or right as we were born and growing up. And it continued to get built around our belief system, continue to get built or confirmed based on our experiences, as well as what we witness around us, right? So many of us realize that we have to do this inner work. And so it's really important to know, like, when you ask for more, to notice what comes up. Like, especially since I work with sensitive, conscious entrepreneurs, you'll notice that when you ask for more in any area, resistance will come up, fear will come up, those patterns will come up. And that's really golden information, which is part of tip number 1, which is you have to accept and embrace what is, right? You can't change a situation if you're not accepting of a situation. Many times I'll see people put their head in the sand, and I can, attest, this is something that in my past I did a lot too, which is kind of bury your head in the sand, hoping it will magically go away. If I don't look at the debt, maybe it'll just begin to go away, but instead it builds, right? Because whatever you resist persists. And so just recognizing that when you make a goal or you ask for more, expect and welcome, right? The resistance and the fears and the patterns to show up for you more strongly. Oftentimes they'll show up more strongly. And so that is great information for you to use to begin to actually shift the patterning, right? So that you can actually create more. And so that is really important, is just accepting what is. You have to be able to accept what is in order to pivot and change the situation. So another tip, this tip number 2, would be to know your numbers. And this is something I definitely see people bury their head in the sand around, like not wanting to have a lot of clarity about their exact numbers. So you really need to know what income is coming in, what outflow is going out in your personal and your business both. It's really important to know those things so that you can have more clarity. I'm all about the manifesting and the energy and the mindset work and all of those things that we do in the land of spiritual woo-woo intuitive beings, which I think is really powerful. But I think in order to have that clarity about what we're asking for, and to have the clear ask, basically, we need to know some things, right? We need to have some clarity, and we need to release the fear and resistance of knowing what is really going on so that we can ask for it and be more focused on it, right? So knowing your numbers, money does like attention, as everything else. So when we can put positive intention and clear intention to our money by looking at tracking our numbers in and out, it's actually really empowering. We can start to see what needs to happen in order to create savings or to pay off debt, or to how many more clients would add this to the income goal, or in order to take that vacation, you know exactly what you need, right? And sometimes that's one area that gets lacking, and that really affects the grounding of your intention and your ability to manifest through your energy, right? So that's the second one. So the first one is accepting and knowing what is. And the second one is to know your numbers, really get intimate with your numbers, and really have gratitude towards all of it that comes in, right? Well, for everything, even when you're paying your bills that are going out, if you can start to get into an attitude of gratitude, which sometimes can be hard, right? It's important. Hello, thanks for stopping in. But you need to be grateful for the water, grateful that you have what you have, and that will start to generate a different feeling around your relationship with money. And the other one that's really, really important, which I kind of just clued into, with how you feel about money, how you feel about your relationship with money, when you spend money, or being able to save money, is to really release any self-judgment, any guilt, any shame. You really have to begin to see yourself like anything that may have come up for, perhaps you got into credit card debt and you're feeling bad about it. The more that you have an image or a projection or a judgment about yourself that you feel, oh my gosh, that was so irresponsible. Or maybe you have a spouse or a family member that's telling you, why are you investing in that? That's so irresponsible, right? Or why are you spending that money? Or why haven't you saved? Like, there's all these, whether it's societal or family or outside, or even put upon ourselves, expectations and judgments around maybe past choices around money. You have to forgive yourself. You have to release yourself of any of that shame and judgment and fear of really even looking at it, right? Or acknowledging it, so that you can start to see yourself as a financially wise person, right? Taking responsibility and seeing yourself as somebody who can manage money, right? Sometimes another block I see is where maybe the income limit will start to get set and not go more, because like, well, if I can't even, and this is unconscious, sometimes it's like not necessarily something you're aware of thinking, but underneath, when you start to get underneath the fear of the block, one of the things I've noticed is like, well, how, if I can't manage this properly, well, how can I ask to have more? What will I do with that? I'll even get into more debt. Or, there's this belief that if you can't manage that, even what you have, then how can you manage more? And so there's many, many, many things that can go along with this, but I hope that gets you kind of in the thought process around some of these things. I have a couple of things I'd love to share with you around, if you know that this is something that you're ready to bust in 2019, you know that you're ready to expand your business, or even in your love life, right? Love and money have a lot of the very same core wounds, or a lot of our ability to not receive comes from wounding or programming around our love space and around financial and money. They're two big triggers. And together, when you start to unearth some of those deeper patterns, you'll be able to receive and attract on all levels. And I know personally, I'm ready to expand my business to the next level and really allow a love relationship to come in this year as well. So I had come up with a 4-week transformational program called Amplify Love and Money in 2019. And it's a very easy yes. It's $97. Up until February 1st, there is a 2-payment plan of $55, but it's a 4-week course where we really dive into the mindset and release the past and rewrite the future on your relationship to love and money, right? Your relationship to be able to receive. We're also going to look at your masculine and feminine energy and really help you be able to integrate and get in an alignment and an balance in those areas as well, because that's another aspect of being able to receive. So essentially, it's just a deep dive course of really being able to receive at a deeper level and really be able to create your personal and business goals in this coming year. And it's valued over $500, the value is, but there's literally 4 different weeks of training that you'll get. You'll get a video training each week with alignment activities, as well as deep healing activations and clearings on all of these past traumas, past karma, fears, limitation, family patterning, all those types of things in the area of love, in the area of money. And then in week 3, we'll look at the feminine energy, and being able to be in that receptive, intuitive, spiritual space of manifesting and embodying and creativity. And then the masculine energy of getting in your attraction into action, which is being in your power with your masculine and not being in the space of having to work hard and push hard, right? That's the imbalance. But being in the space of being inspired and also getting momentum going and being able to take the strategic action that you also need to take, right? We have to have that balance of tuning in and being aligned, but then also taking the physical action in the 3D world, right? And so I'm really excited about this because I wanted it to be an easy yes for people to really come in and get some support. Now, there are some live bonuses. There are still a few spots left, 4 more spots for people who pay in full. You will be able to get a 10-minute pre-recorded reading from me specifically on your most core love and money blocks that are coming up for you right now. So you'll get some clear communication on that to support you, which is a really great value for sure. And then you'll also be able to give me your feedback and input. I'm creating this program in real time. It's the first time, so that's why I'm offering this introductory offer for you. But you'll be able to submit to me, what are your core blocks for money and love that you'd like to work on? And as I create the activations and clearings for us each week, I'll compile the list and include them. So you'll be actually getting a level of one-on-one type support, like personalized support for yourself. And as you do that, you're helping the collective as well, because these clearings, likely if you have this block, somebody else has the same thing. So I'm really excited to be able to offer that to you at such an amazing price and value to support you. And I am also offering 2 live calls, like Q&A, office hour type calls later in the program, so that you can, if you're hitting more resistance or seeing, or you need a little bit more communication on how to align to your next step goals, I can give that to you as well. So I hope that you'll join me. I'll put the link below here. And another thing that I've got going, you can click my cover photo if you haven't joined my Soul Inspired Leaders Collective Facebook group. It's a free group, and I'm going to be doing a lot of live trainings over the next couple of weeks in this topics as well. So I do hope you'll consider joining me. Check out the program if that sounds like something that would support you. I would love to hear your comments below, any ahas you may have gotten from talking about this, or next steps you plan to take, right? Looking at your numbers is a big one that I'd encourage you to do if that's something that you don't already have in your practice. And also, of course, accepting what is, knowing your numbers, and releasing any shame or guilt or bad feelings you have about choices you've made in the past in regards to money. All of those things are going to help you to feel empowered, shift your relationship with money, and begin to attract more now. So thanks so much for joining. Please share this out as well if you think this would be valuable, and check the description or the links below, depending on where you're viewing this, so that you can get all the course details. All right, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.